Whether you're a screenwriter, whether you're a book writer, whether you're a director, a musician, an influencer, content creator, a gamer, it doesn't matter. When you do something creative, you automatically have creative burnout. Everybody gets it. Every creative gets it. You're not in the wrong for getting that. You know what I'm saying? I get it all the time. Even though this video is more for filmmaking, this is really for any creative out there. Everybody has their own thing that they do. These are a few things that I personally do so I can stay on top, I can stay motivated, I can stay energized, so I can keep making videos, I can keep doing films, I can keep writing films, I can keep doing all of these things. So here we go. Now, of course, we know that these burnout sessions don't last forever. You know what I mean? They're always temporary, they always come and go. So whenever you do have these burst of energy, burst of just a slew of ideas, write them down. Either write them down, type them in your notes, just write all of them down. I always have, like, at least once a week, I always go through a little session of just writing a bunch of ideas. Even if I don't do it, there's a slew of ideas in my phone that I've never even touched, I've never even looked at. I even sometimes go back and I'm like, why the did I put this? You know what I mean? But it's still good to write them, because every time you go back into your notes, or every time you go look into your notebook, all of those ideas are there. And when you feel like you're about to get burnt out, you look at all these ideas, and it low key, you start to get excited, because you're like, oh okay, maybe I should just take one of these ideas and just do them. You know what I mean? Basically forcing yourself to do something can really just bring that spark back. You know what I mean? That works for me all the time, bro. I have a slew of ideas, whether that's gaming videos, films that I can do to improve my filmmaking abilities, because I'm still a fairly beginner filmmaker myself. So that's really how I stay motivated and just keep creating. All right, bro, the next thing I do, I just go on other people's sets. If you can't think of anything to do for yourself, be around people that are already motivated in their moment in time, and I guarantee you, I ain't gonna guarantee you, but it could work. If you're around other people, other like-minded people, I promise you, even if you're not motivated, I mean, that's still a good thing to do. Go around people that have the same goals as you, because y'all can grow together. That's really how it works all the time. If you're not feeling motivated, for sure, go on other people's sets. It don't matter what you do. Student filmmakers are looking for people all the time to be on their sets. If you don't like doing certain things on set, I promise you, you go on a student film, I promise you they'll make it a very comfortable experience, because at the end of the day, they're learning too. They're not perfect filmmakers. If they were perfect filmmakers, they would be big already. So just go on their sets, have a good time, be around like-minded people, get to know other people, you know, figure out everybody's goals, because maybe when you network on their sets, the people from their sets can come to your sets when you finally get out of that creative burnout. You know what I'm saying? Force yourself in other niggas' sets. Be a grip. If you don't like being a grip, don't matter, be a grip. I've done that. I don't really care for lighting stuff, and I recently went on a set. I didn't really know much about setting up lights. I learned how to set up lights now. It's cool. You never know what could happen from it. You could hate it, but you never know until you try. Being a filmmaker means you're a risk taker, so go ahead and do it. This next one is really what I have trouble with in general. Stop comparing. When you compare, your motivation goes out the window. Sheesh, that is the devil's work. Comparing is the devil's work. Do your own thing, support the people around you, of course, but do your own thing. Do not try to compare. You are two completely different people. So whenever you see somebody's, you know, you might be scrolling on Instagram, you might see somebody you networked with a few months ago, and they might be in some big film, or they might be working on a big film. They might be doing crazy things in film festivals. If you see that, you support, and then you keep on working in your mind. Don't necessarily work harder because you see other people doing big things. You should be working harder for yourself. I don't compare as much as I used to, but I used to compare a lot, especially not even just in film. Like I said, I do content creation. I would compare a lot, especially to even friends that do content creation. I would compare to them. You know what I mean? I'd be like, damn, like they doing their thing. I feel like I'm staying still. Like, what's going on? Everybody got their own thing going on. You're two different people. You'll have your moment soon. Is just stay focused, keep going forward, and stop comparing. This is another one that I had to lock down and stay true. You just need to rest, and you need to celebrate your small wins. Those things, I guarantee you, when you start doing that, you start looking back. Because I've been doing this entertainment stuff for a few years, and I had to learn to celebrate the small wins. Because when you actually sit down and you think about how far you've came, just think about it. Like, if you've actually been working, you will realize how much you've done in like 1 year compared to like the rest of your life before that. And I really had to sit there. I remember like damn, okay. Because I was still in my little phase of comparing to other people. But when I actually sat down, took a break, and I rested and I thought about it, I did a lot. And that's just saying in the past year, I've done a lot. The small wins are even just, if you wrote a short film and you want to produce it yourself, if you produced it, that's a win. That's a win in itself, because there are a slew of people on this planet that couldn't do something like that. They couldn't put together a short film or a film and produce it and finish it. Even if it doesn't come out the way you expected it to, whether that's good or bad, you still finished a short film. That's a huge... Damn, I'm still in the frame. What is that? That's a huge jump, bro. That's a huge win. That's a huge celebrate. You got to celebrate those wins, bro. Go out and get yourself some ice cream, nigga. Sorry, it's not that type of vid, bro. Before I get to the last thing, I want to say a little honorable mention for specifically the filmmakers. Watch movies, bro. Like, I don't understand, like, if you're gonna be a filmmaker, you gotta watch at least a few. Where's your inspiration coming from? I promise you, you might think you're being 100% original. You might be 100% ass. Sorry, that my fault. Things you watch recent movies, watch old movies as well, just to see how the classics did it, and then watch the new movies to see how they're taking inspiration from the classic and making it their own, so you can do the same. It don't matter what lane you want to go in filmmaking. If you want to be a gaffer, watch beautiful looking movies. Just literally look up on TikTok. Literally just go to TikTok, type in the most visually beautiful movies ever or something like that, top 10 most beautiful movies, and just see how they're lit, see how the lighting goes off of their face. I know there's different types of lighting. I low-key been doing my studying on different types of lighting. I have my notebook, I think it's in my bag, but you know, with the little triangle on they on their thing, you know, the butterfly light setup, things like that. You know, study those if you want to be a gaffer. If you want to be a screenwriter, listen to different dialogue pieces, look at scripts, or study scripts, read scripts. You know what I mean? If you want to be a director, look at director interviews, look at behind the scenes things of the movies that you like, and that, you know, the movies that's going to inspire you to make the films that you want to make, of course. If you ever get burnt out, just remind yourself why you started in the first place. Don't just tell yourself that, like, you know what I mean? You need to sit down and go into like a mini essay in your head. You can write it down if you want. But for me, sometimes all it takes is for me to literally just take a seat, breathe, and then just be like, okay, let me remind myself on why I even started this. Because me personally, whether it's my story, whether it's somebody else's story, I love to see stories come to life on the screen from beginning to end. Like, if you're like a writer, if you're most small filmmakers are usually the writer, producer, director. They usually do it all on their own film. So I love to see it, like right at the beginning when they finish writing their script, all the way to we're saying that's a wrap on set, or until the edit is done. If we're getting more specific, like say like with the DP stuff, I love to see the different ways that people interpret how shots are shot. Being able to create something that could be meaningful to somebody's life in a fictional way is very well, most of the time in a fictional way. Of course you have biopics and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. That inspires me personally to keep creating, keep thinking, and don't let anybody stop me. Why did you even decide, like, oh, let me try to be on the set? And then after that, you ask yourself, why did I stay? Why did I keep doing this? Why do I love to do this? You know? Because if you can't answer that question, you should stop. Either stop or stop until you get an answer to that question. Because if you can't answer that question, you don't need to be in this field, if I'm being real. So, hey, y'all, stay creative. Keep being creative and keep creating. Let me see y'all in the next video. Bye to the people who don't. Hey, to the people who care, right? I wanted to save this to the end of the video so I don't lose people at the beginning. But yeah, I just want to start a little something like video similar to this. I want to make some other type of video related to film, of course, so I can post more on this channel other than just every few months, you know, when I drop a new short film that I feel like dropping if I like it, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing videos like these. I low-key want to make a little series of me like reacting to short films on YouTube, you know, just to see how others do it. That's still upcoming filmmakers, you know what I mean? Like me. So yeah, I just wanted to leave y'all with that. Perfect Society episode 3 coming extremely soon. I tried to make it a necessity. I tried to make it a necessity for me to not go over a year without dropping a new episode. So episode 3 coming very soon. We're in the final stages of editing. Go and give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Just fucking rolling that, bro.